Most people walk through life asleep, ruled by emotion, blinded by pride, and convinced they're self-aware. But the truth is, we're all much more predictable than we think. We lie to ourselves about why we do things. We crave virtue, yet chase validation. We say we want peace, but feed on chaos. The Stoics understood this long before psychology existed. They saw through human behavior, the self-deception, the hidden insecurity, the need to appear good while quietly craving control. And that's what we're uncovering today. 7 harsh truths about human nature that will completely change how you see everyone, including yourself. Because once you understand these truths, you stop being shocked by people's actions and start mastering your reactions. Let's begin. Number 1. Most people don't want advice. They want validation. Epictetus once said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." Most people don't seek truth, they seek comfort. When they ask for advice, they're not looking for wisdom. They're looking for someone to agree with the story they've already told themselves. That's why your advice often gets ignored or even resented. They don't want to grow, they want to be right. The Stoics never wasted time convincing anyone. They lived their philosophy because truth is better shown than spoken. Once you realize this, you stop trying to fix people who don't want to be helped and start focusing on embodying the kind of peace that speaks louder than any advice ever could. Number 2. People will resent you for the standards they can't reach. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." The more disciplined and self-controlled you become, the more your presence exposes what others are avoiding in themselves. You'll notice people roll their eyes when you talk about discipline, or mock your peace because they can't find their own. They'll call you too serious or too rigid, not because you are. It's not hatred, it's reflection. You represent what they secretly wish they could be. The Stoic response isn't to defend yourself, it's to stay consistent. Your stability is their mirror. Your silence is your strength. Number 3, kindness is mistaken for weakness until you set a boundary. Seneca warned that a wise man is neither harsh nor indulgent. Many kind people suffer because they mistake empathy for endurance. They think saying no means they've failed someone, when in reality, it's the only way to stop others from draining their peace. The Stoics believed compassion without reason becomes self-betrayal. Kindness must be anchored in principle, not guilt. Once you start setting boundaries, you'll notice who valued your kindness and who just depended on it. Both are lessons, but only one deserves your energy. Number 4. Everyone thinks they're the exception to the rules. Epictetus said, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of things." Human arrogance runs deep. Everyone believes they're the special case, the one who can ignore consequences and still win. That's why people repeat the same toxic habits, return to what broke them, or gamble their peace for short-term pleasure. They think they're different. They're not. The Stoics taught humility through awareness. Stop thinking you're the exception and start learning from what life keeps trying to show you. Number 5. People confuse attention for love. Seneca once said, "He who seeks friendship for utility will never find a true friend." In our age of screens and noise, most people aren't looking for connection, they're looking for validation. They crave the illusion of being loved more than the work of loving someone. The Stoics saw love as an act of virtue, not attachment. It's not about being adored, it's about being aligned with truth, even when it's inconvenient. When you stop chasing attention, the wrong people fade, and the right ones finally notice you. Number 6. People desire freedom, but fear responsibility. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Everyone claims they want freedom until they realize freedom demands accountability. Most people would rather have someone to blame than something to change. The Stoics believed freedom wasn't a lifestyle, it was an inner condition. The moment you own your emotions, your time, and your decisions, no one can control you anymore. But that's the catch. Responsibility and peace always come together. You can't have one without the other. Number 7. Most people don't change until reality forces them to. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show a person's character." The truth is, pain is the greatest teacher, and most people ignore the lesson until it's too loud to escape. We rarely change out of wisdom, we change out of loss. The Stoics practiced hardship intentionally, fasting, discomfort, silence, not to suffer, but to strengthen their minds before life demanded it. If you can learn from reflection instead of catastrophe, you're already ahead of most of the world. The Stoics weren't pessimists, they were realists who loved truth more than comfort. When you accept human nature as it is, you stop expecting perfection from others and start seeking mastery within yourself. If this changed how you see people, watch Peace in Chaos, Stoic Lessons for a Restless Mind, and subscribe to PsycheCraft, where uncomfortable truth becomes quiet strength.